Beads Kateri Designs. Today I wanted to finish off this Facet Jewelry Box project, which is the 3-tiered necklace. And you're going to need the project pack that says for your drop necklace. You need a crimp tool and a cutter, flush cutter. And put those over to the side for right now. I would suggest if you have this project that you go through and you read the directions just to scan over it to know where you're going to be. You need to measure your neck and know how you want it to hang, and it gives you a chart here. This is the portion where I told you before that the chart actually has, I don't know where this and 23 inches, came from. But, it's kind of a little messed up right there. I think just the printer just overlapped a sentence or something. But it does give you for what you're going to need for the top tier, middle tier, and bottom tier, how many inches that you want. So if you want a 20-inch necklace, or if you want a 16 or 14-inch necklace, where you're going to, how much you're going to need to cut and where. You're going to divide your drops into the 3 gemstones, 1 for each strand and necklace, and arrange the drops alternatively like it shows you here, or do it however you want. That's the whole thing of the project. It gives you the how-to of do this project, but you can change this up. You don't have to have seed beads going all the way up. You're going to put your own twist on it. Use this cubes that are in there and put them alternately on a couple of the strands. I mean, there's just so much you can do with it. It's all up to you. As I always say, it's your world. Beat it like you want it. And so, just kind of we'll go through one of the strands to show you how to do it, and then get you started on a second strand. Now, one of the things in here it tells you to do, and it's a very good idea, because usually on something like this, I would start with my all my strands, each one crimped to one of here. This is how I would do it if I wasn't adding all the seed bead fillers though. So if it was just going to be a strand with no fillers, and you can do it too, you can just do the drop and then leave the gold wire exposed if you want to, or you can do this. It's just however you want to do it. But in this one, we're not going to do that. And if you have these clips, this one's meant for hair to do a hair bow, but I kept it because I like it. But the alligator clips, you can use those. They're a little bit, they might crimp the wire though, so you can also use your butterfly ones that are like this. These won't crimp the wire. So you can use tape, which is what she used in here. There's lots of different tips and things that you can use, or however you feel most comfortable doing it. So that's just kind of how, other people do it. I'm going to go ahead and use the butterfly. I would normally, I wouldn't mind using the alligator, but I don't know what kind of wire this is. So since this is their project, I want to make sure that I, get it right and not crimp the wire while I'm trying to show you how to do this. So I'm going to use these butterfly clips. That being said, if you heard my dog, she's just barking away. So I'm going to put this on pause. I'm going to go ahead and get out my my stuff, and I will go over what you'll need if you don't have a packet and you just want to follow along with your own beads. I'll show you what you're going to need. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got everything laid out. I've got these, they're 15-0 Miyuki gold. So you're going to need, I don't even know how many to tell you. I'd say a bunch. These are 15-0s. And this wire, I don't even know. This is really, really thin. It's very fine. Doesn't say in here. If it does, I missed it. What type of wire it is. So I would say, whatever beading wire that you like to use. This is the thinner kind. We have to be able to get to these 15-0s too. So you need that. This first strand, I'm using the first set So we're going to do 20 inches. It actually is, the necklace is 14 inches, so we're going to cut to 20 inches so we can have room to use to go through our crimping. So, all right, or attaching it to the thing. So as I said, I'm going to use this, but we're actually going in from, once we get our middle section in here, we're going to go through and attach to both sides. So we may or may not need this. And because this is, I mean, this is coiled up into a bag, so this is kind of like a ribbon. It's kind of, you know, so if you want to take your finger and lightly go over it, you can, if you have the package. If not, you have your own stringing wire. Then you don't have to worry about it. All right, so let me see. So we're going to, on each wire, we're going to have, we're going to string up the seed beads. We're going to fill up after we get our beads on. So we're going to add on each wire a string section of drops, a spread, inner spread with 10 or more 15-0 seed beads, and center each section on its wire. So we're going to center, once we get this put on here, we're going to center it. This is my first one. I'm going with what the as it's shown does, the directions show. So they have the strands. You're going to have your top strand's going to have 7, and then 8, and then 9. And I arranged it the way they arranged it in the booklet. Okay, so we're going to start off, let's see, I'm trying to see how this, all right, so we're going to start off with 10, the 15-0 again, and if you're not, if you don't have the project, then, you know, you can do, you know, follow along, you can change it up. I mean, even if you have the project, you can change this up however you want. I'm just doing it how it's made. So, okay. So I've got 3 on there. I've got another 3 on the, 4 on there. That's 7. Wait, hang on a second. You know me and my counting. That's actually 6. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then we're going to put our bead on there. And find the hole. I may need to come in there a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, still having a hard time finding the hole. There it is. It's in the wrong spot. All right, so then we're going to do 10 more. And I'm just going just how they have it. It's 4. On the booklet, and then you're going to add more to, obviously, to the sides. Okay, that's 6, 10. I hope 10. Let's see, let's double check that, because my counting, my brain flips it. So that's 5 and 5, right? I keep seeing 6, even though I know there's 5 right there. I'm seeing 6. I'm gonna actually zoom this in a little bit because it doesn't look like you can see me. So hold on a moment. Let's bring this in just a bit. And I'm still seeing myself sideways. There's no way to, I went to the manufacturer. There's no way, I don't know if they're going to make a, you know, update for the system or not, but I'm like really disappointed because I like the other way, and so it's hard for me to tell. I'll get used to it, but it's hard for me to tell where I'm at and if y'all can see me and all that good stuff. And like right now I need to move this over just a little bit so I'm more centered with you. Okay, so then you're going to put your next crystal on and do 10 more. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 4, Okay, and then 10. We're going to do 5 more. 2, 3, 4. It's actually easier to stab into the pile of 5. And then another one. And if you feel like you're, you need to put a clasp on the other end, the crimp on the, not crimp, the butterfly on the other end so it doesn't come off, you can, but there's enough wire for me and it's curly enough that it's not going to go anywhere. But if you feel more comfortable doing that, by all means, do it. That's 3, 4, and that's 5. And then, sorry, and then 5 more. And I'm trying to get into the Christmas spirit there. That's 5, so that's 10. I'm getting another crystal. There we go. One is a top mount, the other one's a bottom mount, just so you know, on these crystals here. And there were a couple of extras, but they're, you can change it up however you want to. I mean, you could do all one color on each, you know, row. But the leftovers are 3, according to the way they did it here, are 3 of the clear ones and 1 of the denim black diamond looking one. Okay, so that's 5. But I was hoping, you know, you might be able to make another set of earrings out of them, but not really. Because that's 3, it's 4. And that's, let's see, hello. And that's 5. The earrings for the project are, you know, they go with the project, but they don't really match the necklace like I thought it would. That's weird. Oh, you know what? No, it is. We've got, well, a second. I'm going to put you on pause a moment. Okay, sorry guys, it's a little shaky right now because I hit the button. My doctor called. I had to answer the phone. Also, we were putting these on here. This drop right here is a bottom mount for some reason, and all the rest are like in the middle. I think maybe they got the hole through the wrong spot. That happens. I'm just going to leave it because it doesn't matter to me. But just know that if you have the project, that it may happen and you may want to change it or do whatever. Okay, so we need 10 more beads. Let's see, that's 5. That's 3. Almost like 5. There you go. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. It's 5, and then 10. Almost there. They're sticking to my fingers. They're so light. That's 4, and then it's 5. And then 1 more. After this, let's find that bead hole. There it is. So we just need 10 more, and then what we're gonna do, that's 3, that's 4, and 5. Oh wait, no, hang on, my brain, see? That's why I'm getting an MRI. I've been in a fog forever. It's 4. That's 5. That's 3. 4. And 5. Okay, so push this over here. Hang on a second. There it is. I'm trying to find my little bit out of the way so I can work. Okay. Oh, it's stuck to it. The 15 O's are so light, and they're kind of, see, they're like even stuck in the bag. They're like static cling. Okay. So now you have both your ends here, and you want to fill up, and this is where you can use your, while you're filling up one, you want to put this into the middle, and you don't want it to go out of the middle. And I think that that's just going to be something that's easier to do. Once you get all your beads on here, I don't think it's going to come undone or any of that stuff, even if it goes up. But to help you keep track of where you're at, you could put a little clip here to say, you know, just where you kind of keep it where it's going to not, you're not going to push it up the side. But, you know, I think that you can do that and you just start loading up your, and this is where it's going to be just time consuming. So you're just going to load up your wire, and you're gonna you're gonna want to go to where you have about I don't know, I'm trying to read what it says here. Go up until you have each wire, you have 3.5 inches left of bare wire, so that you can work carefully with that. So that's 3.5 inches of bare wire at each end of the wire. So that's a total of 7 inches total that you're gonna have bare. Okay, and that gives you plenty of room especially if you're brand new to this. It gives you plenty of room to crimp. Now this is going to be where you really need, because I'm doing the 20-inch one, you know, so you really need, or the not 20, the 14-inch one. So you really need to make sure where you're at with this. I'm making this for my daughters. So you need to make sure where you're at with this, but you do on each end, you need to leave 3.5 inches of bare wire left. So you just take your ruler and pull the 3.5 inches. There's 3, there's a half, and that's how much you're going to have left on each side. Now you can do that and just keep track of it, but I have this one pointed here to keep it in the middle so that I know where I'm at. So just so you know, keep your ruler handy, and you may have to take some off. And if you need some, and you find when you do this necklace and you go to put it up against your neck and you find it's too short, then that's why that 3.5 inches is there, so you can take more into it than not. And if you want to make a longer necklace, go to the 16 or the 20-inch one and do that. And it shows you in the tier length chart, and you just follow it, top tier, middle tier, and bottom tier. Now this is the top tier, which means it's the shortest one, and that's why for me it's important that when we get this loaded up, we figure out where we want it to end. I don't have my daughter here to do, so I'm just gonna, you know, wing it and assume it's gonna fit her. If not, it will fit my granddaughter. All right, and so you just keep going and just keep loading it up, and like I said, until you have 3.5 inches on one side. Callista's sitting here wanting to play. She just oh, that's my ear. Right in my ear. Right. I know. I see you. I know. Every time I do this, I can sit here and do nothing, and you'll be sleeping, and the minute I get on the video, you start barking just like a child. Go get your toy. Go get your toy. No, go get your toy. So, she's biting me. Stop. Get your toy. She's actually pulling up my arm. They've been fed, they've been watered, they've been pottied. Ugh. So, see how I'm doing this? Just keep doing this and fill it up until you get to where you have 3.5 inches left on this one side, and then we'll go, and then flip it, and then we'll go to the next side. So hold on, and I'll be back once I get this to 3.5 inches. Okay, so that actually didn't take as long as I thought, except for one side it did for me. I just started having problems for me, not because of this, just because dexterity issues for me. For whatever reason, I couldn't get it on the wire. All right, so once you get these done, make sure you have the 3.5 inches of wire left, of bare wire left. And what I did was made sure, because I put these together, I made them even. I made sure that I had my center focal bead, which is this one here, is the middle one. And I made sure that that was in the middle, and made sure that these were even. You can actually count them if you want to, if it's easier for you to do that. However, it works best for you. So I have the 3.5 inches left. You're going to end up putting a gold ball, and this is in the findings little package. So you're going to put a gold ball, and I thought these were crimp covers, but they're, because when I first opened the box, but they're not. Okay, so a gold ball, and then crimp, and then another gold ball. So it's a gold ball, crimp, gold ball. And I actually can move these out of the way just a little bit, because I'm going to have to use these on the tiers, on the next 2 tiers. So, okay, so this is what you have. Now this is the top one. So when we have this together here, we're going to say this is the necklace, and we're going to put this on. This is the bottom part that goes through here. So here's the top tiers, these top ones right here. So we're going to put them on the perspective tiers, and we're going to go through the top loop, and we're going to go back through the bead. Oh, I probably have to put my glasses on. And back through the crimp. Hello. Oops. I need to put my glasses on. Okay. I don't know why I don't just, it's such a pain to keep them on. This is total embarrassing. Not really, but kinda. It's just because I can't see. Through the crimp bead. Let me see, does it say to go through the, go back through the beads just strong and tight? Yeah, okay, so I want to go back through this bead too. Alright, now I'm going to tighten the wire, and that's why we have this clip on the end, so it doesn't tighten so much that we push it away, okay? We don't want to do that, so I want to tighten this up all the way. See how beautiful that is? It's a really pretty finish. And then take our crimp tool. Now, in the book it tells you how to do this. It shows you how to do this if you've never done this before. So you're going to use your the one closest to the handle, not this part right here, but this little opening right there. Make sure this is nice and tight. I really can't get my finger around it. And we're going to crimp it. And it makes that nice little crimp there. It's like a 2-part, see, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's like a 2-part little, wedge. And you can keep it like that if you want to, if this is nice and tight. Oh, it's not tight enough. So I'm going to crimp it again. This is a tube, and it's the crimp is a tube crimp. Make sure I'm in the same place. Push down harder. And then I'm going to crimp this way, because this tube is not gonna stay on the So even if it pulls and it does not, you can't pull it. So, and then you can find it. Hello, there it is. Opening, and I just going to push it just a little bit more even on these tubes because, there we go. I may need to get a smaller crimp. I thought this was my smallest one. If it doesn't fit, you need a smaller crimping thing, and you can use pliers too. Just I think I'm going to use on mine. Just going to use this to squeeze them because I'm not able to get the other. Okay. Now, oh nope. See how it pulled? It's that tube. I don't normally use tubes, crimp tubes on but it's just me. Oh, this is really tight. Oops. Came out all the way. Hold on one second. Okay, it held there for a little bit, but then I pressed on it. It's that crimp tube. See, it came right out of that tube right there. So I'm going to have to get that back on there. All right, so put this in here. Let's do this again. If I keep having problems with the tubes, I'll just use my crimp. See these little tubes? Let me see if I can show you. You have it's a tube. It's not, and I don't normally use tubes on this thin of a wire. That's actually like it's probably maybe a 1, but if you can see it. Anyway, so let's get this back on here. Go back to that top loop. That's the top one. Go back through these two. I'm going to go through the hole on that crimp tube that I made. And then back through that. There we go. Let's see if we can do this again. Okay, so there's another hiccup, I would say. And it's not really, let me put this on the end of this real quick so it doesn't pop out again. I would just say it's the wrong, see that? Now I've got a nice strong one on there. Now it's nice and strong. Okay. So just you need a smaller crimp tool on these tubes. I don't know what the size is on this one, if it says it. It's so old. I've had this for like 9 years. No, it didn't say what size it is on. But this one's pretty small. It's not the big one, because I have a big one. The mighty one. I have that. That's not, this one might be a little bit smaller, but they look like they're the same. No, it's a big one too. So no, that's the smallest one I have. That's what I thought. But you can use your pliers if the crimp isn't holding with the crimp tool like I didn't with mine. You can use the pliers to pinch it closed the rest of the way and then give it a tug. And if you do, I would suggest putting a little safety clasp on when you're pulling on it so you don't undo your work like I just did. So that's just that. I'm going to leave that. No, I'm not going to leave that on there. So it's crimped in there. So I'm going to take my tool, my flush cutters, all the way to the bead. I'm going to pull while I snip. And then that's done. All right. Now we'll just do the other side. And making sure we're using, because you have your bottom, which is where the hole is, and this is where it's going to go in. So this is the top, which is closest to the tip, which is obvious, basically. For everybody but me. Okay, so we're going to do this again. We're going to do our crimp. And then we're going to do, oops, I already have it on here. Such a knucklehead. All right, so I already have it on here. Told you I need to get an MRI in my brain. I'm just brain fog like that. All right, so go back through your beads. Maybe. I have my glasses on, so give me a sec. Just dexterity issues this time. All right, and then this, see how I'm just pulling this all the way? This is actually, you know, and I've been beading for a long time. I've not thought of this design, and I mean, I'm sure it's been on there. It's just me. And it's a beautiful way to end up and finish off your work so that you don't have anything showing. You're not, you know, trying to get your clasp and your crimp right up against your closure, whatever it is, you know, this one. So I just think that it's really nice. Let's see if there's any little, we went right snug up against it. So just give it a nice, another little pull and then hold it. Let's try this again with the crimp tool. And it closed it. Now this is where we ran into the problem, was when we, so this just is not small enough to, yeah, it's not gonna, on this one, this may just be my tool, maybe need a smaller tool. It's just not small enough to do this, to close that crimp up. So I'm gonna do that and see if that works. Put that butterfly on the end so I don't undo my work again. I was lucky I got it back through there. Sometimes you just don't. All right, so I'm gonna pull on it. Not so much that I want to break it, but because, you know, the wire, but enough to give it to know that it's secure. It is secure. Take that butterfly off there. Take my clasp. Take my flush cutters all the way up against the bead and pull while I cut. And that way you ensure that you don't have any little wires sticking out, because that'll hurt your neck. Okay, there's our first tier. Isn't that beautiful? It's very pretty. Okay, or you could do it this way. Let's see. This is very pretty. Okay, so now we got to do tier 2 and 3. And take my glasses off again. If you see this, you can see, I mean, that's really, really magnifying. It's a 4+ or prescription. And to see the small stuff, I have to have them on, otherwise I'm not seeing anything. Now what I am going to do is move my my nice findings here out of the way while I get started again, because I don't want to accidentally knock something out and get it out of the way. So it's fine with the crimp tubes that are on here. You just need the tool, and that's just my tool. I'm not going to count that against the project. I'm just going to say it's my tool. It did get the first one nicely, but it's just, this part's too big. I need a smaller, I didn't even know they make a smaller one. Hang on a second, trying to get this out of the way. I don't want my dogs getting into that. Okay, so now we're going to get the second one. Where did I do with it? 2. This is my line 2, my middle one. I'm going to make sure, because I forget so much, make sure I'm not dealing with the, oops, see how curly it is? It's like my hair, this is what my hair is like, my gray hair. Okay, so actually, this right here is the shorter one. And put that over there. So I used to have curly hair growing up, and then, you know, I just as I got older, it started getting more wiry. It's a cat hair. Started getting more wiry, and of those of you who have curly hair, so I didn't have the curly hair like the beautiful ringlet. I mean, I do have ringlets in some of it, but not all over. I've got straight hair mixed in with my curly hair too, so I just had frizzy hair. Anyways, as you get older, the gray hair comes in. It's just like this, unmanageable. It goes in every which way, and it, you know, it's 5 million different colors. That's okay. We're doing this project, not talking about my hair, right? There's 4, 5, and 6, and then need 4 more. So this is the second tier, and I'm using the 14-inch necklace because it gives you 3 tiers. It gives you a 14-inch, a 16-inch, an 18-inch, and 20-inch. Let me see. It gives you 4 of them that you could do. And I think there's enough wire left if you did the larger one, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Because I didn't cut it, but I think there would be. Like I said, I'm making the first one, and this is, my daughters have small necks, so this will be, if they want to wear it. If not, my granddaughter will wear it, or I'll sell it at the thing. But 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. I got one more than I needed. Okay, so we're doing the same thing as we did with the other one. And I'm going along in the direction that it does in the book. So the second one started, instead of starting with the darker color, starts with the crystal, the clear one. And this is very simple. I would say it's very simple, easy. The hardest part is being patient enough. There's 2 to go through and load up 15 O's on your wire without a beading needle. So I like stringing projects. I'm more of a stitching project though person. So if I were to get this, subscribe to this, I'd be subscribing to the stitching ones because it's more my forte than, I mean, I do wire work, but as y'all have seen, there's 2, there's 5 total. Hold on. I'm going to do some more. So we're just loading up like we did the last one. There's 5. That's a total of 10. And I've got one stuck under my fingernail. And nails are all messed up because my house is still messed up, and I had to pay out a fortune to get my bathtub fixed, and my shower then decided to do the same thing the bathtub did. So now I'm trying to wait in the shower. I still got to get my son's teeth fixed, and we're doing the bead drawer drawing, which I have almost, I'd say 90% of it filled. So I just did another bead buy. Hopefully it's supposed to happen next Wednesday because the person's in Oklahoma coming down here for Christmas or for Thanksgiving. So hopefully it happens and we get all that done, and that should be what fills up the rest of the drawers, and then we'll start the bead drawer drawing, which will be amazing for everybody because everybody gets something really cool, and then I can take care of my kids. There's 4 and 5, and I think that would be 10. But seriously, that's, I appreciate everybody. I don't get you, because you would see if I did. I don't, I'm not big enough to have, any sponsors or anything like that. So it's no big deal. That's 3, 4, 4 and 5. Well, that was 4. Here's 5. For me, it's very annoying when you're showing somebody how to do something. Like when I was trying to learn the squirrel, and on one of them I was right in the middle of a really tedious part and a commercial came on. I was just ready to scream. And then I couldn't figure out where I was at and I had to backtrack it, and then I don't want to do that to anybody. So there's 5, and then we need 5 more. So it just, everybody's, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. That's 1 too many. Everybody said I'm not down and out, because I would love the extra income from it, but that's 4 and 5. That's not my goal here. It never has been. 4 and 5. 5 more. And let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 more. Come on. Okay, that's 5. And then we're going to put this one on here. This is actually a very pretty design, and it's 5. My brain is just not, you can hear how slow I am right now. I'm part of like in and out of consciousness, paying attention basically, which is what the MRI is for. And I've asked for, and this is what makes me so mad with the doctors when you have stuff, is I've asked for stuff that they can give me that will help me with it, and they're like, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, we've already done that, and it worked before. Can we have it again? But anyway, So there's 4, there's 5, that's 4, that's 5. That doesn't look the same. I think I missed one. Let's try this. Could be just my eyes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, it's just my eyes. Did I overload it on those? No, it's just my eyes. I tried hanging a picture the other day, and I see everything sideways. So my son usually has to come in, or my daughter has to come in and tell me where I've done it wrong. Because I don't see straight, so to speak. Let's see. I think that's the last one. There's 3. Oh, come on. 4. Anyway, so when I look at stuff, sometimes it doesn't look right to me. It's like when I'm spelling something and I know how to spell. That used to be one of my fortes. Is I didn't need a dictionary. I didn't need spell check. I was the spell check for the office. And now it's like, that doesn't look right. It doesn't, like right there, it doesn't look like it's enough. Like it matches these, but it is. It's just my eyes. So, anyways, you work with what you got and you just adapt as you can. Okay. This is the problem with having the other day. There we go. There's 3. Not the other day. Listen to me. A while ago. Other day. That's 5. That's 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So now we're going to take our ends again. Make sure they're even. Come down here and squish this down here to where we know it's even. Okay, our lines are even. So I'm still seeing myself sideways, so please bear with me. Okay, so we've seen this even right here, like that. See that? Making sure we have even. And that's where I'm going to take my clip and I'm going to clip up against this right here without pulling too much because I don't want to move this and move it out of the way. Recheck it, make sure that I'm still in the same place. And I am. I need to bring this down just a little bit more. There we go. And when we're done loading these up, oops, stuck to the thing. When I'm done loading this up to where I have that 3.5 inch mark on both sides, you're going to go again, make sure ends are even, and then pull, and then make sure that where your centerpiece is, that you have an even amount of seed beads. And if you don't, you adjust it from there, and then you put your thing into place, into position, and then go from there. And then this is just loading this up until you get to the 3.5 inches. I'm going to put this on pause. Hopefully I don't have another phone call because it happened last time, and I keep having to turn it on and off, which means I have to load this up to my computer to put it together, but that's okay. So anyways, so this is very time consuming for me, not for you, maybe for me it is. I'm going to sit here and load this up. So I'm going to put you on pause until I'm done, and then we'll do the next here together. This is a pretty simple project, but it's nice to be able to have someone go through it with you. Hold on. Okay, so back, and I'm going to just pull this in. Sorry about the bouncy camera, just a little bit more so y'all can get a good eye on what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got these where they're done on both sides. Sorry about the cat hair, it's just everywhere. Alright, so again, you're going to get your gold bead and your crimp and your gold bead. And you're going. This is the second tier, so we're going to go through the perspective hole here. I gotta put my glasses back on. And we're going to go back through the 3 beads we just put on, and then pull tight. Okay, and make sure your other crimp is on the other side so you don't scoot your stuff. So now, because I don't have a smaller crimping tool, I'm going to do the first crimp, and then I'm going to take my pliers and do the second one. So you're going to get that split, if you can see this, that split that makes it right there nice and, you know, you can see it's like two little rows almost. And I'm going to just go ahead and push that to the side with my tools here. And I'm going to crimp tight. Hopefully that did that. And I'm going to put a little wing on this so I don't lose my work just in case if I pull too hard. I'm going to pull on that and it's good. Okay. So I'm going to take this off. I take my flush cutters and I'm going to push this right up against that bead. Not over the bead, but right up against it and pull as I cut. Okay. And this is maybe long enough to do something, but it's kind of curly, so I don't know if you would, you know, you could do something with a heavier piece and make it where it hangs on something or not. It's up to you. Okay, and we're going to take our other side and do the same thing. We're going with the second row here. Let's see this here. And we're going to get a gold bead, crimp tube, cat hair, and a gold bead. There we go. The split dummy. Let me make sure. My nose allergies is driving me crazy. All right, so then go through the second hole, or the second loop, because we're doing the middle tier here. Go through the 3 beads we just put on. And that may be a little bit, there we go. A little bit tricky. Pull tight up against that. And then hold it as you're pulling on it because you don't want it to loosen up. Okay? And then get your crimp tool. Put your crimp in there. Oh, I'm off camera here. See, I'm still not used to this directional thing here. And then squeeze it. And then if you had a smaller crimping tool, you would take the end of the crimping tool to do this part here and just squeeze tight. And hopefully that worked. Take a little butterfly just in case. And then just kind of gently pull on my work. I don't want it to come loose. It's not. Okay. You just take your crimping tool or your flash cutters, go right up against that bead. And, oops. Pull as you cut. And I'm making sure I have a trash can right next to me, because after my dog got into that fishing line, I just don't want that to happen again. Okay, so this is our part right here. And I will say that it's a little, and I think that even in the picture it is a little bit too. It's a little bit, you can kind of see from the wire. So on something this light, those are pretty light wire. This is pretty light wire here. Whoops, this is my third piece here. But you can see a little bit of this, and as you wear this, it will adjust out. This is just very curly because it's so fine. Now, I'm not using my fingernail. I'm just gently pulling with my hand, not using my fingernail at all. Just trying to kind of, you can even hang, you can actually hang this with the clips. You can hang the ends of it and just let it hang there and it'll straighten out. You gotta hang it sometimes a little bit, like, you know, half a day or so. But as this goes, it will loosen up. Okay, so this is the third row. This is the longest piece, and this is the bottom row of the tier. And you can see what this is already really forming a really pretty thing here. So, and I think with all the videos, because I had to stop the video a couple times with what I got to stitch together, I think we're already at close to an hour. So do what you were doing before, and we'll come back and we'll finish this off. I'm going to go ahead and put this on pause because we're already over an hour. So you're going to get your crimp stuff out of the way here because we don't want to knock it out of the way. I will. Some of you may not have that problem. I have that problem. I'm like a bull in a china shop these days. So anyway, so you're going to put your 10 on and then start with your next one. And then we'll come back and put the clasps on. So we'll be back in just a moment. Oops, sorry about that. I hit the button a little too hard. Okay, so I got this final one done. And it was a little bit hard because I missed one of the 10 on there. So it wasn't that it was me, because I miscounted. So I had to go back and do it, so it took me a while. So we're going to put the gold bead, the crimp tube, and the gold bead on. And we're going to go make sure that this side is really where it belongs. After we made sure that they were even, and you pull down on your centerpiece to make sure it's going to be center. We're going to go into our last loop. Okay, and then I'm going to come back through those beads we just went through. And I'm going to put my glasses on because, anyway, so I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. Hopefully my head doesn't get in the way. I guess I'm not used to this looking at myself sideways, so hopefully I'm on the screen. Pull that up a little bit so I can see. Untangle that. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to pull nice and tight. Pull it nice and tight. Make sure it's not pushing that out of the way. Alright, and then we're going to come in here with the crimper, and I'm going to start it. And if you have the crimper that's smaller, use the end of it. There's here and squeeze really hard. I'm going to take my butterfly here, put it on the end of this, and then I'm going to pull. And we've got a nice secure crimp there. So I'm going to take my flush cutters, go flap against that bead and cut it. And then take this, make sure my dogs can't get to it. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. They do give you a little bit extra, so if you messed up, you've got a couple of extra to do that with. And so we're going to take our gold bead, our crimp tube, and our gold bead. And we're going to go, whoops, not get closed into that. Make sure you're not tangled. Make sure you're not twisted around. Well, actually you can if you want to twist it even. You could weave it in and out if you wanted to. Okay, so we need to go to the end here. I do have this twisted. At the end here, come in through that loop. And we're going to go back through those beads we just put on. And we're going to pull nice and snug. Okay. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to crimp that down. And then I'm going to come in here and take my ends on the ends of this. If I can get it. And I'm going to squeeze real hard, making sure that I got a nice snug firm. Put that on there. I'm only putting on this butterfly because I don't want it to pull out like it did the first time. And if it does pull, then no, that's good. That's good and snug. And so we're going to come in here. We're going to go flush up against the bead. Pull, get that, for me, I'm going to put that in the trash. Get these out of the way. And this is our final piece. Get this on here the right way. Where's my, there we go. I'm trying to make it where it drapes because I'd put it on my mannequin piece thing, but it's going to be too hard to see. And let's see. Go ahead and close this up, see how this goes. Oops. Come on, go in there. There we go. This beautiful piece here. Now, this is some of the twisting in it, but it's also some me. So, this will hang really pretty. This is the small one. Hold on. This is me. I'm having dexterity issues. There we go. It's holding it the wrong way. All right. This beautiful tiered necklace. pull that out of there, look better that way. Got twist it up. Sorry guys, this is just me. Twisted it. Okay, so that'll be nice and pretty. And then the earrings. The earrings right here. To wear with this. Or you can take what's left over of your beads and make more earrings that look like this, because you've got extra crystals. You got extra Miyuki. Now, I'm not sure about, because you're going to get longer. And if you did the longest one on here, you may need to contact customer service for more Miyuki. I mean, but you may not. It may just be me. There may be enough in here to do it all. If you have a mistake, you've got some extra crimp and gold beads. Where'd the other... Oh, I put the other ones away, so I don't have the extra... Swarovski, the extra cubes. You could put the cubes in here if you wanted to intermingle those in there. And it seemed like a pretty straightforward project. You've got a really nice material. They give you nice name brand parts to it, and a nice booklet to show you how to do it. Now, I will have the links again below to show you how to go there to sign up for these boxes. And this is what you get. In case you forgot, you get this in this box here. And it comes in, it's really nice and very sturdy. It's very well made, very well put together. Everything is where, you know, it's all labeled properly. It tells you exactly how to do it. I would give this an A. There's a couple of things, like I already talked to them about the wire, actually putting in a little bit extra wire. But I'll have the links below, as well as the pricing for this one is a stringing project, and they have stitching projects as well, and it's a monthly subscription, and you can order these with. So I hope you enjoyed making this with me, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you for watching.